My name is Joey Long, and my topic within Argentina is religion. Argentina is predominantly a Roman Catholic country, with about four-fifths of the country identifying as Roman Catholic, which is different from the United States because the US is mainly a Protestant country, with 43% of the population Protestant and only about 20% of the population Catholic. Argentina does not have a high population of Protestants at only about 5%. And in Argentina, the faith's influence is strongly reflected in the government, as opposed to the United States, where there is separation of the church and state. In both Argentina and the United States, Muslims and Jews make up a small minority of the population. Um, Many Argentinians and Americans do not actively practice their religion. Less than 20% of the Roman Catholics in Argentina are actively practicing, while only 30% of Americans classify themselves as highly religious.
Right, my name is Morgan Taylor. My aspect was traditional foods in Argentina. The first food I will be talking about is locro. It is a traditional Argentina stew which commemorates their revolution on May 25th. It consists of corn, beans, potatoes, and squash. Sometimes it is seasoned with cumin and bay leaf. It is considered a national dish, and it is served with a splash of chimichurri, which is a type of hot sauce that you can get from really oiled herbs. Um, that kind of reminded me of chicken noodle soup because the locro is used for cold winters when you are kind of sick and it just makes you feel better. So I thought of chicken noodle soup, which is what Americans do when they're sick or they're not feeling very good, or I know that's what I do. Um, the next dish I want to talk about is provoleta. It's kind of like the American's grilled cheese, but it's like fancier, you could say in a way. It's sliced cheese with oregano and chili flakes, and it is grilled to a specific size pan or foil. And it is also topped with chimichurri sometimes, and it is best served with olive oil to make it crispy on the outside and melted on the crispy on the outside and then melted on the inside. Um, the that just pretty much reminded me of American grilled cheese because they're very simple to make, but the Argentina style seems a little bit fancier than the American style. Another thing is yerba mate. It is a type of tea that is brewed and drinking through a hollowed out gourd. You drink it with a metal straw, and it is actually shared with people around you. So if you get it passed to you, you're supposed to drink it. It's kind of like a nice offering. Um, that didn't really remind me anything just because we're in a pandemic, so I couldn't really think of anything that we would share other than like hot tea on like a cold night or just tea in general. It's a very highly caffeinated drink as well, so it also reminded me of just an energy drink that Americans would drink. Um, my last dish is asado. It's Argentina's national dish. It is a gathering with friends. It's usually like a grill type of thing where you just gather and you hang out with friends and you grill different types of meat. It usually lasts a few hours. It is very popular in Argentina. Um, it is an affair that can last several hours, and it includes blood sausage, beef, sweetbreads, and chitterlings. And it is very popular as well as barbecue in Argentina. When I was researching this, I found that vegetarians do have a hard time in Argentina just due to the array of meat that they eat. They're very popular in meat, and I feel like that could compare to America because I feel like we are too, with just like burgers and grilling and steak and ribs. I don't know. It just seems very easy to compare.
I'm Jasmine Jones, and I'll be talking about Argentina's economy. Argentina's economy benefits from its rich natural resources, its highly literate population, an export-oriented agricultural sector, and a diversified industrial base. Argentina's exports are fairly well diversified because their agricultural raw materials are over 20% of the total exports, while their agricultural goods still count for over 50% of exports when their processed foods are included. Their industrial goods today account for over 1/3 of Argentina's exports. And motor vehicles and auto parts are the leading industrial export, and it's over 12% of the total merchandise exports. But their foreign direct investment in Argentina is divided nearly evenly between manufacturing, which is 36%, natural resources, which is 34%, and its services, which is 30%. And that kind of contrasts to the United States because the United States economy is that of a highly developed country with a mixed economy. And a mixed economy is an economic system that combines private and public enterprise.